Okay, good morning and Tashidelek. So today I'm going to teach you one poem from the NCERT Class 9 English textbook Beehive, and the name of the poem is The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. Okay? Well, there are so many poets in this world, and all these poets write poems on different topics and themes. For example, William Wordsworth, he normally writes poems about nature. Likewise, Coleridge, he writes about supernatural power. Okay, now you tell me, what kind of poem do you think Robert Frost normally write? You have any idea? Well, Robert Frost writes poems about the lives of ordinary people, their common and ordinary experiences. Okay? So this poem, The Road Not Taken, it's about the choices we make in our life. Do you all make choices? Do we have to make choices in our life? Is it easy for make any choices in our life? Well, let us read this poem, The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost.
Okay, now here is the poem, The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. Let me read this for you. Two roads diverge in a yellow wood, and sorry, I could not travel both. And be one traveller long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other, just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for that the passing there had warned them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay in the leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day. Yet, knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Some way ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference.
Okay, so this is the first stanza of the poem, The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. Okay, yes. Okay, now in this stanza, the poet came across two roads. These two roads were diverged, so that means division in a yellow wood. The wood normally refers to the forest. Okay, now during that time, it must be the autumn season where the leaves turn into yellow. Okay, yes, and then he was all alone. He was alone. There were two roads, so he could not travel on both the roads. So he stood there for a long time. What did he do? He just looked at one road and tried to see as far as he could. And then he came to know that the road finally disappeared into the undergrowth. So undergrowth means bushes. Okay, that is the summary. Now let us talk about the literary devices used in the poem. The literary devices are the devices used by the poets in their poem. Now, the literary device that we find here is the rhyming words. And rhyming words are the words which has same ending sound. Okay, now let us look at the words one by one. First one is wood. Try to find out other rhyming words of wood. Yes, we have stood. Yes, we have could. Now these all rhyme together. Okay, and next we have both, we have undergrowth. So these two words rhyme together. Okay, now these are the rhyming words. Now let us talk about the rhyming pattern. Okay, so when we talk about rhyming pattern, let us try to see first wood. Let us give it a, and the next word is both. This does not rhyme with the word wood, so let us give it b. And third one is stood. Stood rhymes with word wood, so let us write a. Okay, and then could also rhymes with wood, we write a. And the undergrowth does not rhyme with word, so it will not get A. Now, undergrowth rhymes with both. Okay, so both, the word we have to write B. So if somebody asks what the rhyming pattern or what the rhyming second is, we have to say the rhyming second is A, B, A, A, B. You got it? Okay, yes. Now, sometimes people use symbolism in their poem. Now, if somebody is writing a poem about the different stages of a life, he can also use the symbolism of the different stages of the river or the different types of weather, okay, different types of season like this. Now, here we all have choices in our life. Now, the choices are symbolized by these two roads, okay? We get different choices in our life. So we have to choose one. Okay. Now this is the symbolism used here. Two roads actually symbolizes the different choices that comes in our life. So, okay. Yeah. Now this is the first stanza. Let us move on to the next stanza. Okay. So this is the next stanza. Now after looking at the one road, he just look at the other road, and the other road looked much better, and it was fair, and it also looked better because it was full of grass, and it also wanted where. So it also wanted where means it refers to the road. The road wanted where. So the road is inanimate object. He cannot say I want this and I want that, just like in a human being. So what we say is the poet has used personification. The road wanted where. The road wanted people to walk on it so that it wear out. Wear out means finish out like this. Okay? Yes. So this road looks much better than the previous one. But this road has also become worn out just like the same because people had walked, people had passed on this road like the other one. Okay, yes. Now again, let us look at the rhyming words. The first one is fair. Fair rhymes with where. There rhymes with where. Now let us write a, a, a. Okay. Now we have claim. Write it B, and claim and same, they both rhyme together. So we write B. Okay, again the rhyming pattern is A, B, A, A, B. So if you try to look at all the stanzas, the poet tried to maintain this scheme, this rhyming pattern throughout his stanza. Okay, yes. Now let us move on to the third stanza. Okay, now this is the third stanza. The next morning, the poet got up and looked at both the roads, and both the roads look equally same because it's early in the morning, and nobody had walked on. Okay, trodden means walked, and the leaves had not turned black. Normally, when we walk on the road, the leaves will turn into black. So the leaves had not turned into black. Now he took one road, and the once you decide to take one road, you cannot come back. Okay? Yes. So he doubted whether he should ever come back. Come back to what? Come back to take the other road. Okay? So that is the thing. Let us look at the rhyming words. The first word is lay. We have got day, we have got way. All these three words rhyme together. What about black? This is black, this is back, same rhyming words. Okay, let us talk about rhyming pattern. Again, this is A, this is B, this is A, this is A, and this is B. So this is the rhyming pattern. Okay, again, the same as the previous two stanzas. Okay, now let us look at the last stanza. Okay, now this is the last stanza. In the last stanza, the poet said that in the ages and ages hence, means in future, the poet shall be telling this with a sigh. Okay, the sigh can be both good and bad. If your decision is good, you will sigh positive, you will have a sign of positive. Okay, so this is the last stanza. In this stanza, the poet said that in the ages and ages hence means in future, the poet would be telling this with a sigh. Okay, the sigh can be positive as well as negative. Okay, so he shall be telling this with a sigh that there were two roads in a wood. And which road did the poet take? The poet took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference in his life. You got it? So the poet said that he took the road which was less traveled by. Okay? Yes. And that has made all the difference. Now let us again look at the rhyming words. We have got sigh, we have I, we have by. These three words have the same ending sound. We have hence, difference. Okay? These two have the same ending sound. Now, as far as the rhyming scheme or rhyming pattern is concerned, I want you to do it for yourself. Okay? So with this, we have come to the end of the poem, The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. Okay? Yes. Now, if you get time, you can also translate at least one of the stanzas into Tibetan as a homework. You got it? Okay, yes. Now, as I've already told you, the two roads symbolizes the different choices we make in our life. Now, we should be very careful about choosing the right decision. Now, as far as the poet is concerned, he had choose the road which was less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Now, we have to be very particular about which road we have to choose. Okay? Now, if you want to be an ordinary person, you have to take the road which was traveled by many people. But on the other hand, if you want to be different, then you have to be traveling the one which was less traveled by the people so that you become different. So, in that, you may come across different obstacles and problems like this. Okay, only then you will become a different person. You got it? Okay, so with this, we have come to the end of this stanza. Thank you. Okay, so with this, we have come to the end of the poem, The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. I'm sure you have liked this. Now, in the poem, we have learned some of the literary devices like symbolism, rhyming words, and personification. So, if you get time, please go through all the literary devices once again. And as a homework, I want you to go through the poem one by one and try to recite this poem to your family members. And if you get more time, you can also translate some of the stanzas into Tibetan and you can share this in your own social network sites. Okay? So, with this, I'm going to stop and we will see you in the next lesson. Okay? Thank you.